video we're gonna talk about knitting and do some sewing project together. So it's gonna be like a little crafty vlog. My knitting mojo is at the peak. Today is the middle of August. I am so excited for autumn and winter. I'm just planning a lot of knitting projects. I have so much inspiration, excitement. I'm like, I just want to knit and cook. These are the two activities that I want to do, and bike. Actually, I've been really enjoying biking around and take that time without being super efficient with the car and instead choose the bike. I just feel so lucky I have that time. So lucky, and I wish everyone could try that and be that lucky, you know. I feel so healthy for my physical self, my mental self, especially the environment. I'm wearing a beautiful pattern I knitted this spring in a cotton and bamboo yarn. This is Cloudberry Tee by FiberTales. I hope you'll enjoy this. And I upload once a week for those who don't know. So if you want, you can subscribe. It would really help me and the channel so I can continue do this. Hope you'll enjoy this episode, this little knitting vlog. I enjoyed to film it. So bye. It's working. I'm done with my sewing. I've been doing this knitting needle case for I think a total of like 4.5 hours, and the first hour or so I was working like 3 days ago, and I asked Miki to help me because I was freaking out. And it's such an easy project, but you know, I just get so stressed. And now I've been sewing for 2.5 hours, and like not only sewing, but you know, positioning the fabric and all of that. Sewing for me, it's a very stressful activity. Maybe it's because I'm not good at it and I'm still learning and I, you know, get stressed. I don't know. But I think it's the pace, like, and the little, like, you can make mistakes, of course, but once you cut the fabric, there is no turning back. And I mean, maybe you can fix things, but like, what I love about knitting is that if you make mistakes, you can just fix them along the way. Whereas with sewing, is just once you've done it, you've done it. You can unstitch it, but anyhow, it's a stressful activity. I'm gonna learn, but I think I'm gonna take it like slow. I'm gonna do like little project here and there so I don't get overwhelmed. I'm actually done with that project, so it's not the most beautiful knitting needle case I ever seen, but it's quite functional. It has all of the pockets that I needed to have. It has nice fabric, a nice size, and I think it does the job for now. And I think there is also space for more tools or needles, so that's good for the future. And yeah, I'm done with that project. I'm happy I've done it. It's every time I sew, I'm like holding my breath as if I'm gonna dive into the ocean, or I don't know. It's stressful, let me tell you. But now we're done. Now we're gonna focus on the tomato sauce. I'm gonna make just a little tomato sauce for storing it, like, and store it for the winter. Hello, it's 3 hours later, I guess. I just took a shower and I'm wearing a beautiful dress that my mom gave me. She got this dress probably like 25 years ago. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's in linen. And now it's time for me to knit and watch something. This is the thing I'm working on. So I'm working on, like, casted on this little pattern that is supposed to be a little kind of very small scarf, like a neckerchief. I don't know how to pronounce this. Someone told me, but I forgot. Anyhow, I want to knit with yarns and skeins that I have in my stash. So I decided to use this beautiful rusty collar, which is the Mondim yarn by Retrosare Rosa Pomar. And I basically finished it. I have like just a little bit left, so I could knit another sock because anyhow. And I was thinking maybe I should just like cast it off and have like a little scarf for myself in this beautiful rusty color. But then I found this one, this beautiful like undyed Portuguese yarn, and this is Pegulal. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put it on the screen. But it's another yarn from Retrosare Rosa Pomar. And I decided to add some white, so I'll kind of knit it as long as I feel like, and maybe create a shawl, like a big shawl, maybe not huge, but a proper shawl. And so I will have finally a shawl for myself, because I never made a shawl for myself, nor for other people. Yeah, I'll knit as long as I feel like, and I'll try to finish up this skein, which I think is gonna be quite a lot of knitting. I also have a little sock that I've been picking up and trying to finish. Yesterday I continued a bit of the foot. Looks a bit weird, but yeah, it's a sock. I added this little color work just for fun, and I'm using very nice yarn. It's like a very basic color, but I think this is probably one of my favorite sock yarns, together with the Mondime from Retrosare Rosa Pomar. But this has, I think, 75% wool and 25% polyamide, I think. And it's from Regia. It's the 4-ply yarn, sock yarn. I think I'm gonna knit these 2 projects in the next 2 hours while I watch a movie. I don't know which movie I will watch though. I'm kind of into detective series or movies, like Sherlock Holmes style.
I didn't know what my heart was in for till you stepped into the room, and I didn't show, but I wanted to know everything I could about you. See, I was told the dreams were made to be believed in, so I put every single dream in you.
I'm back. I want to show you a project I've been working on secretly. Not really secret, but I've been working on this project, and it's just my own design. Super simple raglan cardigan, top-down construction. And I'm knitting it with beautiful yarns that I had in my stash. Essentially, I had lots of skeins of these. I think I had 3 skeins, 100 gram each, of this beautiful grayish, like light gray yarn. I bought it on a website called Yarn Home, I think on Etsy, and it's a Lithuanian little business. And the rest, the other colors, I did little color work. The other colors are all yarns that I had in my stash, held together with the mohair, and I'm knitting also the bottom band as I go on both sides, like that. I think it's really cozy. It's one of, I'm knitting it quite not really oversized, but it's quite big. I love it. And I received a package today. I ordered more yarn because I want to use all of my stash yarn. That's the plan for the upcoming months and seasons probably. And so I bought mohair because I have lots of skeins of beautiful rustic, very rustic yarn. Like, this yarn is supposed to be used to weave, I think, rugs, like carpets. It's super nice. I think it's like a sport wear yarn, or maybe DK. And you see, it's very rustic. It has bits of hay in it as well. This is one of the billion skeins that I have. Not billions, but I think I have 2 sweater quantities of 2 colors and 3 sweater quantities of 3 different colors: a yellow, a brown, and a light brown. I think I've shown this yarn and the other skeins of the same yarn in different colors on my stash episode, so it's episode number 2 if you wanna just check it. And so I bought lots of mohair to go with those yarns, because I started knitting a project probably months ago with this yarn in the beige color, light brownish beige, and it was so prickly, like on my skin I couldn't wear it. So I decided, I think if I'll pair it with a mohair, it would be a lot less prickly, still very rustic in the feeling, and maybe a bit itchy as well, and prickly. How do you say prickly? Itchy, but not as much. So I bought some mohair in 2 other colors as well, I think. This color, which is the other one, and yeah, these are the other colors that I have this yarn of. And so, and this is a mohair that is quite affordable. I don't know their ethical practices, to be honest, so let's not go into that for now. But I have a tight budget, and I'm using yarn from Stash Plastics. Don't have excuses, to be honest. But anyhow, all of this mohair is drop kid silk. I think I'll probably make a huge shawl, or I'll make another cardigan for me or for Mike. We'll see, because I have quite some yardage of all of that yarn. And then I bought Drops Flora. I never tried this yarn. I think this is alpaca and wool. I bought it in this beautiful green color. These days green is my favorite, and I think I'll probably pair it with this one. And 1 skein, this I bought, I think 6 skeins of this, and this I bought just 1 skein. I wanted to try it, maybe knit a little pair of socks. And this is Drops Nord, and look at the color, it's so beautiful. This is a 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 25% wool. So it's good, I think, for socks. But I'm thinking, I think it would be looking beautiful to add just a little colorwork stripe in this color with the mohair. Maybe this mohair, I don't know. But I was thinking to add this color because it's more likely the same kind of yarn weight. Maybe with this one, I don't know. We'll see. But I got enough mohair and green yarns for the next season, months, year, whatever. I have enough, and I'm really happy I bought this mohair, because then I'll be able to use all of those skeins I've been having in my stash for a year now, and just use them all and be happy and excited and make nice sweaters. But I'm really happy with this cardigan. I think it will be pretty nice. I want to continue with this like little color work, and use all of the yarn I have on this gray color. I think I'll knit it long, very long, maybe not like a tunic or like a dress, but I think I want a long cardigan, because all the others that I have are quite cropped. Not only cardigans, in general, other sweaters are quite cropped. So I'll knit as much as I can with all of the yarn I have, and I'll use up all of the pinkish and the yellowish yarn I have as well. That's a little update for today. Thank you.
I didn't know what my heart was in for till you stepped into the room. I didn't show, but I wanted to know everything I could about you. See, I was told the dreams were made to be believed in, so I put every single dream in you. But you said the bar so high above the sky, and you nailed it to the floor.
I hope you enjoyed this vlog video, whatever. I hope you got some inspiration or you relaxed a bit. I don't know. I really wish you a lot of joy and abundance, and thank you so much for all of the support you are constantly giving me, especially some of you. There's a grateful girl here, and I'll soon record another podcast episode, so I'll talk a bit more about other projects that I've been working on, lots of knitting. I want to introduce a knit-along about knitting shawls, because I never knitted a shawl. The one I showed you in this video was my first shawl, but I would like to knit more shawls in the future and maybe do it together with some of you. So I was thinking to do a little knit-along and call it ShallweShawlKnitalong. I don't know. We'll see. I'll give you the details in my next podcast episode. And what else? Yeah, stay tuned for that, and see you next time. Bye.
But you said the bar so high above the sky, and you nailed it to the floor. 'Cause for some odd reason I'm done believing in this one thing I adored. What is loving?